Hi guys, welcome back to another video on Prime Tennis YouTube. Today we'll be looking at more Alcaraz. I feel like I play him a lot. Maybe I'll try to switch it up next time. But you know, he's arguably the best. So I guess, that's why. But anyway, today we are going to be looking at, some of his highlights, but I just want to focus on shot selection and shot variety, so we'll see that today. That's just crazy. This guy moves just so well. His anticipation is incredible. It's nice. Here we go. That's crazy. Yeah, that's just a really nice shot. Okay, so here, this is kind of a very extreme example because of the nature of the point, but I can, simplify it. It's just the idea of deep and short, and I think we'll see that a lot throughout this videos if we see a lot of good rallies. So right, Tsitsipas hits this ball short, right? I guess I'll start with Alcaraz, right? Alcaraz hits this ball, tries to pass Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas is at the net. Alcaraz runs back. With this tweener, he puts the ball deep. Now, this is, an extreme example, but it works in a baseline rally as well. You know, when you've just hit a ball short or your opponent has just come in a little bit to hit the ball deep, right? Tsitsipas gets it after getting the deep ball. After your opponent gets the deep ball, you hit it short. Obviously, this is maybe oversimplification, but at the baseline, say, these two are rallying cross court, right? Alcaraz gets the ball a little bit shorter here, right? Tsitsipas steps in, hits a good ball cross court. Alcaraz can hit a deeper shot here, pushes Tsitsipas back, and then his next shot can come shorter. And, maybe even he can hit a short angle because Tsitsipas was pushed back. It opens up the angle even more. And if Tsitsipas gets to it, then he has to run more and he's in a worse position. Or in this case, you know, he's in a terrible position where he's all the way back here and the ball is like right here. So, you know, that deep and short is something that you want to keep in mind, in terms of variety of your shot. That's just crazy. Just runs around his backhand, just pushes the ball down the line like that. It's crazy. Maybe this wasn't a good video because I really wanted to get like more rallies. Maybe I should have done like Sinner or something. That's a nice shot. That's something that even Sinner himself admitted to, is that you have to have a wide shot variety. You know, like the drop shot, right? Being able to do this drop shot from behind the baseline like this is actually incredible. Such a really nice drop shot. I'm sure he spent hours and hours and hours working on this because it's not an easy thing to do. You know, Musetti hits a backhand. It's not even a weak ball, you know. It lands pretty deep. It's coming pretty fast, and Alcaraz is able to control it. Drop shot. And then Musetti, who is very comfortable in the rally, all the way back here, right? He gets ready here before Alcaraz hits his drop shot. He's all the way back here. Now he has to run all the way over here. It's very surprising. It adds an element of surprise to add, you know, it changes up the tempo a lot too. You know, Musetti was kind of comfortable behind the baseline. Now he's like, oh crap, I gotta go get this ball, right? So you want to add slices, you want to add drop shots, short angles, you know, not just the ground strokes, backhand and forehand, but you want to add variety. You know, change the height of your shot, change the depth of your shot, you know, change the spin. And, you know, stick to your game, right? Because, like, someone like Sinner who said he wants to incorporate this stuff into his game, he's not going to start playing like Alcaraz where he's drop shotting a ton. But just so that your opponents don't know what's coming next, right? So you can play the baseline game if that's your thing. And then you throw in a drop shot, that'll completely throw them off. And what it'll also do is that it'll be on their mind, right? Is he gonna drop shot here? Oh, he might drop shot here, you know, and that can mess someone up, you know, it can get on them. And then when you do drop shot, they're like, oh crap, he finally did it, you know, or she. But yeah, it's definitely something that you want to have in your game, that variety. And that's something I like about Alcaraz. You know, he can do everything: drop shot, volley, run down balls, baseline game, big serve. You know, he has it all really. It's an incredible point. Yeah, I should have gone cross court on this down the line shot here. He went down the line here. I get he was trying to catch Alcaraz out of position. I guess it kind of worked too, but I feel like maybe it would have been better to go to his backhand. And then he tries to go big again to the forehand. He could have went down the line there too to the backhand. Alcaraz does exactly that. Yeah, that's an incredible point. Another example of short and deep here though. So Alcaraz hits this ball deep here. First Berrettini hits this ball deep to Alcaraz. It's hard to tell, but it was very fast by Alcaraz. He's comfortable, you know, you can see him hitting a forehand, but it wasn't a short ball. This isn't like a super aggressive ball. Berrettini's kind of in an awkward position here because he wanted to go around it. But then Berrettini goes down the line here. He goes a little bit shorter. Alcaraz needs to step back, you know, to make time. That way he can get to the ball. So he didn't come in. So then Berrettini goes short again with the drop shot. And then from here, then it's just amazing shots. But, you know, you can see the strategy there. What he was trying to do. It just didn't work. Nice shot. It's crazy athleticism. Yeah. I feel like I definitely should have chosen a different video. This is just crazy, crazy points and advertisements. But I'm gonna end it there for now. You know, I feel like maybe I'll come back to this again with a better video to show what I really wanted to show. But you know, I hope you guys get the idea. Have variety, not just in your shots, like, you know, not just having multiple shots, drop shots, slice, angles, and all of that, but also how you hit them. You know, are you gonna hit this ball fast and then the next one a little bit slower, the next one a bit higher, and the next one a bit lower? You know, you're gonna bring them in a little bit and then push them back. You know, you have to be careful with that though, that you don't give them a short ball. But you know, you get the idea. Try to play around with that a little bit, and that should, you know, help improve your game. And that's how you get, you know, unforced errors. That's how you can mess people up, get in their heads, make them feel like, you know, I feel like a lot of people, they struggle to like understand that sometimes. And so when you do that and they're making mistakes, they think it's them that's, you know, playing terrible, but really there are things that you're doing that are throwing them off of their game, and they'll continue to bring themselves down, and you'll know what's happening, you'll be in control, you know. So just keep that in mind. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you next time.